funding the county will be receiving. County leaders call it a once-in-a-generation opportunity for the community to benefit from federal resources. The public input survey can be found on the Bay County website. WSGW News Time 10:07.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 6271 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-990-6271 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-990-6271 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-990-6271 now. That's 800-990-6271.
It's time 10:08. The weather forecast is coming up. This 4-year-old girl, Madison Yale, has been found safe near Engadine in the UP. The autistic and nonverbal girl was found and reunited with her mom late Tuesday afternoon. 400 people helped in the search for the girl, who had been missing since Monday. The search effort included a helicopter, drones, dog teams, and people on horseback. With the ongoing chaos in Afghanistan following this past week's Taliban takeover of the country and the U.S. evacuation, many Metro Detroit area families are worried about the fate of relatives. Here's Michigan News Network's John Hewitt.
Among those hearing the stories of local Afghan-American families worried about relatives back in Kabul and elsewhere in Afghanistan is Imam Ebrahim Kazarouni with the Islamic Center of America in Dearborn. Already, he says, there are reports of Taliban retribution.
Tribal retribution is immediate. We have already had 3 interpreters being beheaded because of their cooperation and association with the United States. So the future is bleak.
Despite 20 years in country, Imam says the U.S. never succeeded in winning the hearts and minds of everyday Afghanis. And he says he's wary of the promises being made by safe passage for those who want to leave Afghanistan or the quality of life they say will exist for those who remain. John Hewitt for the Michigan News Network.
We're 3 days away from the Woodward Dream Cruise, a special event for those who have anything to do with automobiles. Here's Autobit reporter Jeff Gilbert.
Cars are an emotional purchase, and people who buy the classics at Cruise Woodward are really connected with their vehicles. Mikhail Haggerty runs the company that insures those classics.
This idea of renewal and promise and just that fun and freedom of the open road is why the car is so special.
Haggerty says he's seen growth in younger people buying classics because the vehicles harken back to an era haven't experienced.
This is happening. Call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It is 10:10. I'm Mike Burja.
Here's your WSGW Weatherology forecast. We have rain showers in the forecast and a few rumbles of thunder. Partly sunny skies. Temperatures warm to the mid-80s. East-northeast winds 5 to 10. Tonight, a slight chance for showers and thunderstorms early. Partly cloudy, 66 for your low. Thursday, sunshine, mid-80s. A slight chance for showers and thunderstorms during the day. Showers and night, clear skies, 65 for your low. Friday, we'll see plenty of sunshine as we warm into the upper 80s. 89 with sunshine for Saturday, just a slight chance for showers. I'm Andy Faluber with the WSGW Weatherology forecast, currently 74.
The only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com. All right, welcome back. Welcome back to hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show for this Wednesday morning. Nice to have you with us this morning. This hour, we'll also hear from Terry Henney,
was out and about doing something. I'm not sure what. We'll find out this morning. We'll hear from him a couple of times this hour. And we also are going to talk about something that is growing in this area. You've probably seen these scooters around, and we're going to talk about that this morning. We have a guest. I see his site, but I don't see him. But let's see what we what we have. Oh, we don't have him yet. All right. But in studio with me is also this guy, Rick Antonio. And the reason Rick is with us this morning is that he's been following the scooter stories and providing news on them in our newscasts. And you've dealt with Jeff. Is that correct?
Yeah, as best we can. I've been trying to keep up on the scooter stories, both on throughout all three cities, Saginaw, Bay City, and.
Well, Jeff put his camera on, but I don't see Jeff.
Yeah, he just popped it on and popped it off, so he's there. He's there and he's listening.
Oh, he is. Are you there, Jeff? Oh, I don't hear him. All I see is a desk sideways. So let's talk about the scooters for a minute. There we go. All right, let me. As soon as he gets his stuff set up, now we'll click on it. There we go. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning. How are you?
Can you hear us, Jeff?
Yes. Can you hear me?
He might be muted.
Are you muted, Jeff?
No, I'm not.
There you go. We got you.
Hello.
Got you.
You got me now?
Yep, we got it. All right, so
good.
Talk a little bit about the scooter business and leave them set up this way. What we did, didn't we? Jeff disappeared. Jeff, sign on again. And we'll wait for Jeff. So, technology is wonderful, folks. Most of what we're doing is using video, so, but as far as the radio goes, we're still here. The scooters first started, I think Bay was the first to have it, wasn't it? Or was it Midland?
It would have been Midland, yeah.
Midland?
I'd say around May or June.
Is it the same company in all these locations?
All three do have the same company. I'm pulling up the app as we speak. They've got an app where you can log on and you can see the scooters available throughout the city that you're in. And all you do is
it tells you where they are?
It tells you exactly where they are.
Okay.
I almost think it's a fine detail. You get into, it's on this corner at this place with this much battery left in it.
Oh, okay. All right. And there's Jeff back again.
He's coming back on.
All right. There we go. All right. We got you back, Jeff.
Back in the studio.
We got you. All right, Jeff, tell us about what's your relationship, first of all, with the scooters?
Yeah, I apologize. Tech hates me this morning. My computer restarted it 5 times.
What's your relationship to the scooters?
Sure. So I'm kind of, I guess you could call it the franchise manager. Midland was the first location that they launched. And so I was able to kind of jump in and kind of oversee that operations. They allow me to pick where the scooters go on a daily basis. I'm kind of the contact to the city if there's situations that they need assistance with. We're the ones that put them out every morning, pick them up every night, and charge them and repair them and all those different things.
And they're in Saginaw, Bay, and Midland now, right? All 3 cities have them?
Correct. But I just operate the Midland one.
You just operate the Midland one. What's the safety record of these things?
So certainly with everything, you want to ride at your own risk, at your comfort level. But we've been fortunate that everybody's been safe that I'm aware of. I haven't had any reports of incidents, so it seems like people are driving safe and being responsible on them, and that's what we want to see.
Now, in the case of the safety records, I just want to speak because there were a couple of, I don't want to say issues, but there were a couple of reported and in Bay City of people injuring themselves, having to go to the hospital. But both of these cases, the people have admitted openly on Facebook and social media that they weren't completely at fault and they weren't hit by cars or anything like that. They just fell off.
Which, obviously you have to have a certain level of skill to ride these things, right?
Just like riding a bike.
And you're out of sync, Rick, which is why I made your image smaller. Jeff, what are the requirements to ride one of these things? Is there an age limit? And do you require a helmet or anything of that nature?
Yes, so you have to be 18 or older to ride them. valid driver's license, and then a helmet is certainly recommended for your safety. And then some other requirements is they're not permitted on sidewalks due to safety. We want you to ride them in the bike lane as you would a traditional bicycle, and just be on kind of the roadway and things like that. Each city has destinations that they do not allow these on. Like, for example, Midland does not want them on the rail trail because motorized vehicles are not allowed. There's other city landmarks that they're also not allowed. So when you download the Bird app, you're going to see like red blocks. And that's where you know that the scooters aren't permitted. And if you try to ride them in those areas, they will automatically shut down. And then you can push them around and kind of go back to a destination that you can ride them in.
So they're geofenced.
Correct.
Yeah. I ride golf carts like that. River. I ride golf carts like that keep me away from the greens. So,
there you go.
Yeah. What's the average life of the charge on these things?
So they can go about 30 miles on a traditional charge, which is usually about 6 rides or so per unit.
Typical ride has how far? How long would you say a typical ride is?
Usually it's just a couple of miles.
Mostly at this point, they're capped at about 15 miles an hour max, right?
Yeah, 15 to 18 is the max. Certainly the city has the ability, like they do in downtown Midland on the main street, to lower that speed. And I believe they're about 8 miles an hour on the main drive. But when you get outside of that destination, you can go a little bit faster.
Now, is that up to the rider to control that speed, or is the scooter limited to 8 miles an hour when it's downtown?
The city is able to limit and set the speeds in certain areas. And I know they've done that in Midland. I don't think they've done it in the other 2 territories. But also the rider can control how fast they go as well, anywhere that they're at within that within the riding.
The city can control it? The city can limit the speed of that scooter?
Correct. The city provides the permit for us as a separate operations to run. They also set where they can be at in the city. They set, like you said, speed zones. They set off-limit areas and those types of things.
And what does it cost to ride a scooter?
So it's $1 to unlock it, and it's 38 cents to 39 cents a minute, depending on where you're at. The average person spends about $8.50 to ride them around. So they're pretty affordable in that regard. I see people riding them to work almost daily. Certainly college students rely on them a lot. So it's great to see that people, Bird is actually surprised with the numbers of usage that we are seeing in these territories. And they're actually working to get us more units because of the popularity of these.
What is Bird?
So Bird is the scooter company. So there's 3 main ones: Bird, Spin, and Lime. So it's kind of like a Uber and a Lyft. They're just the companies that produce the scooters and have the software and the equipment and all those different things. They're actually the ones that own the scooters. We don't technically own them, nor do the city. So the company fully owns them, licenses them, all those different things.
So when you go into an enterprise like this, there's always a business plan and what you expect. How has the scooter usage measured up to what was expected?
It's blown it out of the water. Like, I remember our first week in Midland, the company said that this is because I was getting frustrated because they were dying so quickly. And I was like, what is going on? But they're just like, it's a good problem. They're just getting overused. But they were blown away by the numbers. They said this is performing higher than most senior cities and senior locations. So Midland has been blowing up. Bay City as well. Saginaw, we need a little bit more support there. We're hoping that we can get it in more territories. And then they're going to be coming here to Mount Pleasant probably within the next month.
All right, hang on. I got to take a break, and then we'll come back and talk more. And Rick Antonio with us will have questions for you, too. Here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show, we will pause when we come back. We'll also hear from Terry Henny and more ahead on the scooters here on WSGW.
Owners know cutting costs without cutting quality is tough. How do you trim expenses without hurting your business? Easy. Get Spectrum Business. Call 888-489-2212. Switch to Spectrum Business and you can get the best internet and phone services for half of what you're paying today. Cutting costs can be easy when you get Spectrum Business. Just call 888-489-2212. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
This Labor Day, put an end to junk sleep. Right now at Mattress Firm, save up to $500 on our top-rated brands when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend up to 50% on hot buys from top brands like Sleepy's or Serta. With our highly trained sleep experts and our low price guarantee, you can rest assured you'll get the best bed at the best price. Unjunk your sleep, only at Mattress Firm. Offer valid with qualifying purchase. Restrictions apply. Valid at participating locations only. For offer details, visit mattressfirm.com/sale.
The pandemic's reminded us we live in a sea of airborne germs that can assault us with every breath. Your nose is the body's first line of defense by helping filter out allergens, bacteria, and viruses before they reach your lungs. So how do you clean your nose? Navage uses powered suction to flush out congestion, or worse, can make you sick. Over 2 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier without drugs. Go to Navage.com or find Navage at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target.
Do you even remember the last time you changed your spark plugs? Well, then now's a good time. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and get a $15 gift card after mailing rebate when you purchase 4 or more select Iridium spark plugs. Put the pep back in your car. Visit your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop O'ReillyAuto.com.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks opened lower, though investors are looking at upbeat earnings news from Target and Lowe's. Target sales at stores and online were up nearly 9% in the early summer quarter compared with a year ago. Home improvement retailer Lowe's quarter was also stronger than forecast. And TJX, parent company of TJ Maxx, reported a better quarter than predicted. The latest reading on the housing market confirms that building for new homes has stalled. Housing starts declined 7% last month. Permits for new construction. PayPal says it will stop charging late fees for missed payments on its buy now, pay later services. It launched a pay in 4 installment option last year. The change starts with purchases made starting in October. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. So 82% of you listening will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. 82% of you will note that if you're hiring, ZipRecruiter finds qualified people for your job. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And you can try ZipRecruiter for free, but you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Michigan Wolverines football is back. The Maize and Blue kick off the new season on September 4th against Western Michigan at 11 a.m. on 790 News Radio. W.
We're out on the road again. Today, we are down in St. John's, to be specific, at 5605 Findlay Road in the St. John's area. This is the site of this year's Agro Expo. Quality information and demonstrations to benefit the grower. Good turnout yesterday, beautiful weather today for this event. All you have to do is just dial it up on your GPS at 5605 Findlay Road, St. John's, and it'll direct you right to the site. We had a number of exhibitors representing innovation, seed, chemical, and other areas of agribusiness to help your farm solve any situation that you might have. Agro Expo, this is the final day down here in St. John's. For more information, you can go to theagroexpo.com. Our reports today brought to you by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. To find out what they can do for you, just dial them up at frankenmuthcu.org. Back with more.
All right, Terry, we'll talk to you a little later in the hour. Right now, we're talking to Jeff Dehaven, who manages the bird scooters in Midland, and Rick Antonio, our ace reporter who has covered the scooter rage here in the Great Lakes Bay region. So, Rick, I know you have some questions.
I did, and a lot of people, both in Saginaw and New City, I haven't heard so much from people in Midland, but a lot of them are concerned, again, Art asked about safety earlier. What can you say to sort of calm them?
Yeah, I think with anything new, it takes a little bit getting used to. Certainly, it's something that, stuck out as different initially. I think it's now starting to be integrated into people's natural flow of life. But I think people had to learn how to use them responsibly. Certainly, it all comes down to people respecting other people. And I think that we've grown to work together on that. It was something people didn't know quite the rules, and I think we did very well getting the rules out there. Certainly, it's a never-ending task,
Right.
but like you said, we've seen success as far as complaints going down, as far as working with all the different companies and businesses and residents to make sure that everybody is doing things in the proper manner. So that's how we can rest assured is that we're never going to stop with that communications and our way of making sure that people are safe and know the rules and know how to use the scooters properly.
Well, let me jump in for a second here with a question, because if I'm going to get in an automobile and drive, I have to have insurance. Who has insurance on the scooters, and what does it cover?
Yeah, so certainly since we don't technically own the scooters as far as the operators in these territories, Bird, the company does, and so they carry all of the liability insurance. I actually checked with 10 different companies, and I wasn't even able to get the insurance needed because of this industry. So so they carry all of that, and that covers, all of the liabilities that you could think of. Just like when people go to rent a jet ski, typically that user doesn't have, insurance. They rely on the jet ski company to do that. So certainly they all have their own personal liability insurance and those types of things that could come into effect. But that's, typically how we look at it is when you rent anything that you operate in that regard.
And the people that are posting about, these kids are leaving the scooters on my lawn, they're leaving them in the middle of the sidewalk. What are the, resolutions to that? I know it could just be as easy as get out there and move it out of the sidewalk, but at the same time, in some of those cases, people are getting frustrated.
Right. And again, it goes back to people understanding and being respectful. But with us, when we get those complaints, and like I said, the few and far between now, certainly the first month or so, it was a little bit higher as everybody was learning what this is and how it works.
Right.
But like you said, we rely and we appreciate any city resident that can help us out. And like you said, just moving it slightly out of the way benefits everybody. But we are out there constantly. If we get those, we get real-time notifications, and so we can go and grab them. We have multiple people now. We've, it took us some time to kind of build up a network of a team. So we have multiple hands on duty that can able to do that. I'm in Midland every day for something, and sometimes 3 times a day. So, we're always working together to make sure that that's reduced and that everybody's working in a way that's.
Let me ask Jeff, if I get on one of these scooters and I want to go from point A to point B, and my point B is a store in the middle of a block someplace, do I just leave the scooter wherever I get off of it?
Yes, yep. You can leave the scooter anywhere in the riding territory. Every scooter has GPS and has a SIM card, so we're able to see it in real time. Even if it dies, we have all kinds of tools to still track those scooters. But yeah, we just ask that you leave it in a safe place, certainly not blocking any handicap areas, any sidewalks, any fire hydrants, things of that sort. But yeah, you'd leave it anywhere you want, and you can actually reserve it when you go into that store. So when you get back, you know that it's still there, and you're able to go back to your home or work or wherever it is that you originally took the scooter from.
And that comes down to rider courtesy, too. That's not necessarily an issue by the Bird company. That comes down to the weaving into traffic, parking in the sidewalks. It's not necessarily the scooter's fault in this case.
Correct. Yeah, it all goes back to common courtesy and just respecting each other and respecting your city and taking pride in it. And there's a Instagram page for Grand Rapids lost scooters, and it's just showing the scooters all over town, and people leave them all over the place. But we're not seeing that in Midland, and I haven't heard that from Bay City or Saginaw. I mean, I work in Saginaw, live in Saginaw, so I keep an eye on those locations there too. And like if I see one that's sideways, I'll go and pick it up and help out Eric in Saginaw. So just us working as a team has really helped keep the city clean, keep the units clean. And again, we appreciate any resident that sees one sideways just to pick it up, or to see one in the way to just slightly move it. You're able to do that, and that's very much appreciated by all of us.
So if I rent a scooter and I want to drive it someplace that's outside of the allowed territory,
yep,
I get to that line, it just shuts down?
Correct. And then you can just turn back around, and when you get back into the territory, it will go again. And we've had people, again, with their learning process, take them to Coleman and Hope and Mount Pleasant from Midland. Wow. And we had to go and retrieve those. Bullet Creek was another one. And as we've shown up at people's houses and be like, hey, we see that there's a scooter here, I think people are learning that, some people got confused that people were throwing them away because they just saw them on the side of the sidewalk and thought, but people learning that, we can track them and we will come get them because, we don't want to lose any of these units or have somebody using it for purposes that it's not intended for.
Now, I don't know how much time you've got left, Jeff, but at the same time, we do actually have a caller with a question on the scooters.
Okay.
So let's check in with Ron in Midland.
Yeah, hi. I missed the first part of the show. My question is, are these scooters allowed on the main streets, the city streets, and treated like bicycles? In terms of the drivers, how are we supposed to react to them?
Yeah, great question. So yes, they are permitted to be used in bike lanes. That's preferred. We do not want them used on sidewalks. So just be, like you said, the same courtesy as if you see a biker just kind of getting over a little bit and going around them like you would do any bicycle that is being utilized.
Not all streets have bike lanes. Streets without bike lanes, you just follow the same bike courtesies?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, I just was not sure. I haven't seen too many of them.
You probably see a lot more in the future.
I see them on the sidewalk sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's where they usually go after they're done being restocked and recharged.
Yep. All right. Good enough, Ron. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Are the sidewalks geofenced, or are people riding on the sidewalks? I know you don't want them to, but
some sidewalks are geofenced, but not all. That would be quite a task. But, anytime I'm out and about and I happen to see somebody on the sidewalk, I just remind them that they're not able to be used there. I mean, it says it in 3 spots on every scooter. Please do not ride these on the sidewalks.
No, they're all marked right then, huh?
Yes.
I mean, can anybody ride these? Are these easy to ride?
They are. That's the reason why I wanted to be part of this. I would go to Detroit or, San Diego, and this would be my preferred method of transportation, just because you feel the fresh air, you're enjoying the environment, you're seeing the cities from a different perspective. And I've seen people in their 60s with the biggest smiles on their face, riding with their kids or grandkids and just having a blast. And that's what it's all about. And that's why I wanted to be a part of it. It's just, and even with the pandemic, you're riding by yourself and you're in the natural air. And so you're solo, and it's just one of the safest ways to ride. And you're also helping the environment with the eco-friendly transportation. So I love it. It's a blast. And anytime, I ride them as much as possible just to make sure all of them are working properly. Yeah. And I love it.
I got to take a break, so hang on. We're going to pause, and then we'll be back. We're talking to Jeff Dehaven with Bird Scooters, a scooter company that has scooters in Saginaw Bay and Midland, and he is responsible for the Midland ones. And Rick Antonio with us in the studio, who's been following the story for WSGW. We will be back with more after these notes.
While you're comfortable inside your home or business, the weather takes a toll on your roof. Wind, rain, hail, UV rays, and the heat of the sun cause premature failure of your shingles. Everyone loves to save roof. Don't spend a lot of money on replacement. Get a RoofMax shingle treatment and get some peace of mind. Get more life for less money. Guaranteed with RoofMax, a powerful fusion of science and nature. Call Ben today at 859-6751.
So long, summer. Hello, $5,000. It's the Send Off to Summer every Saturday in August at Saginaw Eagles Landing. Each week from 5 to 9 p.m., you can win up to $750. Then at 10 p.m., we're giving away $5,000 cash. It's the best way to cruise into autumn. Send Off to Summer. Only at Saginaw Eagles Landing. Sign out. Visit saginaw-eagleslanding.com for complete rules and details.
Your day starts before the sun rises. Once your boots hit the ground, you head out to a field, a barn, or a tractor. As stewards of the land, you know anything worth doing is worth doing right. At Farm Bureau Insurance, we've always believed in and practiced this same philosophy. From heaving bales and weaning calves to spring seeding and fall harvests, it's all about an honest day's work. Knowing your insurance provider is rooted in Michigan offers comfort. At Farm Bureau Insurance, the experience you get with officers is different. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
Find your coverage in Vassar, Millington, and Mayville at 989-823-8493.
I wasn't able to sleep in my own bed. Because of my wife's struggles with CPAP, I had to move out to the couch, out to the recliner, out to my son's bunk bed. That is, until she started using Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside her body with just the click of a remote.
Get back to sleeping in your own bed with Inspire. Now, best sleep. To learn more, visit inspiresleep.com. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
The U.S. dollar is plummeting. Protect your savings against inflation with precious metals. I'm Dinesh D'Souza for Birch Gold Group. Birch Gold Group is who I trust to help you protect your IRA or 401k with gold and silver. With thousands of satisfied customers, an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau, get a free information kit by texting the word PROTECT to 989898. Again, text PROTECT to 9098 today.
On air and online from the Stones. This is 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, back with you here on the Art Lewis Show. Jeff Dehaven with Bird Scooters with us, but Jeff has to go, so I just wanted to take a second to thank you as you drive off. Hey, Jeff, you're not on the scooter.
I know. I got to go to my daughter's eye exam, but I appreciate the opportunity to be here this morning, and thank you for working with all my tech issues. I had a phone die and a computer die, so I went to Plan B, was the second phone to make this possible.
It worked fine. Listen, you drive and take care, and we thank you. We'll talk to you down the road. Take care now.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye. Jeff Dehaven from Bird Scooters, and Rick Antonio is with me. You say you had callers?
Yeah, we've actually got 3 callers lined up.
And you followed it, so you can probably answer the question. So go ahead.
Most of the information I should be able to help
I'll
with.
sit back and listen to you.
Let's first get to Jeff in Bay City. Jeff?
Hello, how's everybody today?
Good.
Good. The scooters, with following bike rules, shouldn't they be driving on towards traffic?
One more time?
Changed it. You're supposed to ride towards traffic.
Opposing traffic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, with bike laws. And then as far as you don't provide helmets or anything, so everybody wants to believe somebody's at their own risk, but
and the same could be said for motorcycles at this point too.
Yeah, you have to actually pay a different insurance policy to even ride without a helmet legally.
Right.
And then how is the taxes on these things working with parking them on city sidewalks? Because you're not supposed to have any business on a city sidewalk.
That's an interesting question, Rick. Are they permitted? Does the city charge them for permitting?
City enters into an agreement with Bird, and that was an amendment. The exact word is slipping my mind, but they enter into an agreement with Bird to allow them to bring them to the city, let them ride on the streets, and park them in designated areas.
Is there a fee? Does Bird pay the city a fee to do that?
In some cases, yes. In Saginaw Bay City, Midland, I'm not entirely sure, but in some cases, yes.
We'll have to look into that. That's an interesting question.
You see them sitting all over, it could be just about anywhere, literally. Like,
yeah.
I guess when the battery dies, it's going to sit.
Well, also, you can leave it anywhere.
Yeah, and that comes into the rider courtesy, be putting them when they're done out of the way of traffic, out of the walkways where they wouldn't be an issue.
But you can leave it in the middle of the block, not one of the designated areas. They'll come and pick it up there where people can use it.
We've all seen it. Yeah, I've seen it popping up, over the last year, and that's why I was just curious how that was working out because of being on the sidewalks. And
okay. Very good, Jeff. Thanks. Take care.
Colin.
Yep.
Yeah, have a good day, guys.
You too. Bye-bye.
And up next, we've got Troy from Saginaw.
Morning, Troy.
I'm just now tuning in, so I may have missed this, obviously. But I live in Saginaw, and I'm familiar with the Old Town District, and you see them all over down Old Town. How does one go about paying for the services for the scooters?
So what you do in that case, that would be you open up the... You have to go to the App Store, download the Bird Scooter app, and when you load into the Bird Scooter app, it asks you to make an account. When you make that account, and it's free to make the account, you do pair a credit card to it, and it charges you per minute and per usage as well to activate the device.
It's $1 to unlock, 38 cents a minute.
And I don't have the exact numbers as well, but there are programs you can put in if you're on state or government assistance to get lowered rates there too.
Oh. So just basically it's as simple as downloading the app, which is a very simple thing to do.
Exactly.
And then you go through the app and you're right.
Yeah, you scan, what it does is it opens up your camera and then you scan a QR code, the little pixelated squares on the handlebar of the scooter, so it knows exactly which scooter you're using. And you can find these scooters, like Jeff was saying earlier, they all have SIM cards in them with GPS, so you can find where the closest one to you is. In some cases, you can reserve them ahead of time, so that way you can make sure you get that scooter. And then once you get to the scooter, you just sign on and make sure you have it on there. And
that's all there is to it.
It's kind of like scooters for dummies.
That's it. Yeah, there you go. Very good. Thanks.
Have a great day.
Thanks for calling. Got another caller before we take a break?
That turned out to be Terry Henney.
Oh, okay. Well, fine. That's good. We'll take the break. And after the break, we'll hear more from Terry Henney, and then we'll be back with more here on the Art Lewis Show.
Perfect. Hey, golfer. And I know your golf games aren't always perfect, and that's okay. But if you want the perfect golf experience, then come see us here at the Polo Cat. Don't wait. Go to polocat.net or give the Pro Shop a call. Remember, if your golf games can't be perfect, your experience can.
Perfect.
Designed for any room and any climate. Hi, this is Marianne. Solitech Luxury Vinyl Flooring from Mohawk offers unmatched durability with a range of stylish hardwood and tile visuals in multiple sizes and widths for maximum design flexibility. 100% waterproof, stain, and scratch resistant, your kids and pets are no match for Solitech. Come in and let our design team help you select the floor that you have always wanted. Warden Interiors on North Main Street in Frankenmuth will help you bring...
Let me tell you about the Lumberjack Restaurant in West Branch. Now, if you're fixing for one of those meals where you need to wear a trash bag just to eat it, Lumberjack Restaurant has the answer to your cravings. Try the Lumberjack Burger. Double ground beef patty, bacon, mushrooms, onions, cheese, with a big old pile of pot roast and barbecue sauce on top that'll make you go, "Ooh, wait," with each bite. So get your ass up to the Lumberjack Restaurant in West Branch. Exit 212, I-75, where hunger goes to die.
Hi, Tom Burdett from Motel 6, leaving the light and Peepaw and all the other ma's and paws visiting the close to 4 million grandbabies born last year who've only seen you on a laptop. To all the bubbies, mamas, and papas ready to find
to get your arms around those wooden logs, Motel 6 offers clean, comfortable rooms at a great low rate. We'll even call you D-Guy if you want. I'm Tom Bo Depp from Motel 6, and we'll leave the light on for you.
The WSGW.
The WSW online poll, Afghanistan, from 2001 to 2021. So the U.S. involvement in Afghanistan ending, takeover by the Taliban, the same militants that we were engaged to drive out of the country. Intelligence is being questioned. Politicians are playing the blame game, of course. The future of Afghanistan is being debated.
Our mission in Afghanistan was never supposed to have been nation building.
He overruled his own military leaders, and he owns it.
Our poll question we ask of you is this. In your opinion, what should Americans involved in Afghanistan? We should still have a military presence to help the people against the Taliban or to help fight against terrorism. Or as much as we want to continue to help the people or have that fight against terrorism, is it time to get out right now? Is this the right thing to do right now? I'm not sure. What do you think? You want to know? Go to WSW.com. Scroll on the homepage, find that poll box, and make your vote that flag.
The Morning Team Show, weekdays 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
We're broadcasting this morning from the Agro Expo location on St. John's area. A little bit earlier, we had given you the address, and again, we want to mention that to you because it is out in the country. You more than likely will need a GPS in order to get out here if you're not familiar with the territory. It's 5605 Findlay Road in the St. John's area. This year's Agro Expo has got demonstrations going on. This year, they're highlighting choppers and tillage demos of specialized presentations covering various aspects of agriculture and the agriculture community. 4-H, FFA, they're all involved in this event once again this year. So we invite you to come on out. There's a lot to see, a lot to do, and a lot to participate in this year at this year's Agro Expo. Our reports are brought to you this morning by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. To find out what the credit union can do for you, just dial them up at frankenmuthcu.org.
All right, Terry, we'll hear more from you during the farm show and during next hour, too. We're chatting with Rick Antonio. Earlier, Jeff Dehaven on from Bird Scooters. He's the manager of the Midland Scooters. We're talking about the scooters around town. Had a question, an email from John, wanted to know if they put them up in the wintertime. When light ice forms, are they going to be out scooting around on these things?
Around here, I would imagine no. They would go collect them and store them where they store them at the same time where they're charging them. And that's why they have these fleet leaders.
Any indication on expansion?
There was discussion when they first launched in Midland. I'd have to check to see if it's not, but the Midland fleet, and this is where Jeff would have been a great question because he's the leader of that fleet, was expected to enter the Dow industrial area as well. I can't imagine too many people would be traveling back and forth between Main Street and the industrial area, but the expansion is there.
Well, I could see the use of scooters in the industrial area, getting from building to building, or but that would be a corporate contract they would probably have, I would imagine.
Sounds like. And what still gets me though is the discounts for those on state and government assistance, because for them to be able to work, similar to how Amazon was giving Prime discounts.
Yep. Do we see the fleets expanding within communities? In other words, if they've got 20 scooters out now, are we liable to see 40 down the road, or whatever the number is? I'm making it up.
That's how Bay City had been working initially. They launched 50 off the top of my head.
Oh, that many?
And then, Midland launched with 100, I think. And then Bay City started with 50, worked up to 80, and they're working towards 100 just so that way all the cities have that even round number.
Well, Saginaw's lagging behind in usage?
I don't have the statistics that, but from what it was looking like and from what I've seen just traveling around town, Saginaw does look like it is just a bit, but at the same time, that comes with publicity and with the amount of people that use it.
And in
popular.
In your journalistic endeavors, did you ride one?
Oh, in my journalistic endeavors and in my, free time, because downtown Midland, when you go from Main Street all the way to Northwood University, that was something that Jeff was telling me about when we first talked about it, was that it was a great way to get from the Northwood University campus to the main area where you can get food.
Yeah, but that would seem logical where you have a student population like that you'd have a lot of scooters that can go into town and come back again.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the technical side of driving one of these things. How are they controlled? Is it a handlebar like a motorcycle, or is it a button you push, or what is it?
It's like a turn.
So it's like a motorcycle.
It's like a motorcycle to an extent. I've been trying not to compare it to a motorcycle because then you get people calling in saying, well, the insurance, the helmets, this.
Yeah, I understand that, but it runs, in terms of the operation of it, it's similar to a motorcycle. Handlebar brake,
and all over that, because in Midland, when I was riding through the street, because some streets don't have those bike lanes like you were talking about, you got to make sure that you're keeping an eye on the traffic.
Yeah, obviously.
Making sure you're not holding everyone up. You got to
make sure the traffic's keeping an eye on you.
Yeah.
And the safety record has been good?
From what I've seen, the safety record has been great, and except for 2 cases, and those 2 cases openly admitted on social media that they were just screwing around with the bikes. They fell off. One of them that I saw, she had fallen off. But when you're trying to do tricks on these scooters, they're not BMX.
They're not made for that, are they?
Yeah. They're traveling. They've got a heavy battery, well, not heavy, but battery pack underneath that they charge up and you take for a ride. They're not for skate parks.
Yeah, I would imagine not. I would think that they'd be geofenced skate parks.
Yeah. Keep them out of there. Keep them safe in one piece.
So if you lived in a city and they were convenient for you, you'd have no problem using them?
Me, personally, no. But I'm over in Carlton, which is just outside the...
So you're
Saginaw, just outside it.
Yeah. So you can't take it home.
Right.
All right, Rick. Listen, we appreciate your time this morning.
Glad to be here.
Thanks. Rick Antonio in the studio. He's a man that's been following the story of the scooters coming to this region, and they are, pretty much here to stay. I think the only thing that would chase them away would be a lack of use. If they weren't obviously making any money, they wouldn't hang around. But that does not appear to be the case. These things are popular all over the country, and when you think about it, from an ecology standpoint, no emissions. You don't need a big automobile to go several blocks. Hop on a scooter and away you go. Not for everybody. Let's be realistic about that. Not everybody's going to hop on a scooter and take off. Some people won't even get anywhere near them out of either fear or just don't want to, lack of desire, if you will. I would probably be... I guess it would depend where I am and what I plan to do. If I needed to go several blocks and didn't feel like walking it, maybe that would be an answer. But you got to realize, too, nothing is free. It costs money. $1 to unlock it and 38 cents a minute. You're not charged by distance. You're charged by time. So you have to take all of that into consideration when you start hopping on one of these things and touring all over town, so to speak. All right, let's take a pause and we'll come back and wrap up this hour of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW.
Small business owners know cutting costs without cutting quality is tough. How do you trim expenses without hurting your business? Easy. Get Spectrum Business. Call 888-489-2212. Switch to Spectrum Business and you can get the best internet and phone services for half of what you're paying today. Cutting costs can be easy when you get Spectrum Business. Just call 888-489-2212. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for the Pine River Golf Club. You are going to get 2 rounds of $35. It's normally $70. You are getting it half off. The Pine River Golf Club is under new ownership, and it has a beautiful 18-hole course with some pretty amazing pizza. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-9971 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-990-6271 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-990-6271 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-990-6271 now. That's 800-990-6271.
Mihente on air on WSGW.
The Great Lakes Bay Health Centers is teaming up in the community to increase vaccinations. I'm your host, Larry Robarte, and Bobby DeLeon and Reverend Craig Tatum, along with Angela Williams, joins us this week to help get more people of color vaccinated in Saginaw. Join us.
Mihente on air, Sunday evenings at 8 on WSGW.
We're back with you on the Art Lewis Show in the moments remaining. We'll take a look at the rest of the week coming up. Tomorrow on Focus, this is going to be an interesting show tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Kevin Bishop is going to be with us. He's with the Bay City Bridge Partners. And we're going to get an update on the Liberty and Independence bridges from them and then what's ahead down the road. That will be tomorrow during the 9 o'clock hour on the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. We'll look forward to talking to Kevin. First time we've had somebody on from Bay City Partners. We've had the city folks on, but now we get to hear, so to speak, from the horse's mouth and find out exactly what the timetables are and what the work will be and, what obstacles you might run into while they're doing the work, when the bridges will be closed, when they'll be opened, and then finally how it's all going to be paid for with tolls and things down the road. So that'll be tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Kevin Bishop with us from the Bridge Partners in Bay City. For now, let's turn our attention to the news. We'll have CBS News at the top of the hour. We'll, of course, bring you up to date on what's happening in the world and the nation. And then Michael Perch will be along to bring you up to date on everything happening in the Great Lakes Bay region and in the state of Michigan. We'll be back with Focus after that. Westside Decorating Center will be the subject of Focus. We'll talk to you then.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Facet Wealth. I'm Steve Kafin. Word came just a little while ago the government's recommending booster shots for all people who COVID-19. CBS's Stephen Portnoy.
In a joint statement, the heads of the CDC, FDA, and other medical agencies say the COVID vaccines decrease in their effectiveness over time. The statement reads, the current protection against severe disease, hospitalization, and death could diminish in the months ahead. Plans are being made for booster shots to be offered starting next month for those who've already had their second Pfizer or Moderna doses for 8 months. Why 8 months, and why the wait until next month when Israel began giving booster shots last month isn't clear.
Pentagon spokesman John Kirby says it appears U.S. troops fired shots near the entrance to the airport in Afghanistan's capital. Air operations are running.
18 C-17s have departed in the last 24 hours. These flights have carried around 2,000 passengers. and I can confirm that 325 of those passengers are American citizens.
The United Arab Emirates says Afghanistan's former president, Ashraf Ghani, is there with his family. Reports say he made off with tens of millions of dollars. Day in court today for singer R. Kelly. CBS's Jerika Duncan is covering the start of his federal sex abuse trial.
Kelly was arrested for federal sex crimes in Chicago and New York. In July, the 54-year-old was transferred to Brooklyn, where he will now stand trial for allegedly running a criminal enterprise for 2 decades involving sex trafficking of women and underage girls.
The prosecutor said multiple accusers will testify. In Northern California, fire grew fast yesterday, wiping out at least 50 homes and destroying much of the town of Grizzly Flats. A major telecom company is now talking about a hacking incident that was reported a few days ago. CBS's Jim Crisulo.
T-Mobile says hackers accessed personal information from nearly 8 million customers, with another 40 million former or prospective customers also possibly impacted. The stolen data included Social Security and driver's license numbers. The cell phone company has said on Monday that it was investigating a possible hacking.
Not a Belgium. There she goes, 19-year-old Zara Rutherford, trying to become the youngest woman around the world.
It's a dream I've had my entire life to fly in the plane around the world. And it's just the most crazy idea.
Checking Wall Street right now. Dow is up 54 points. S&P 500 up about 4. This is CBS News.
Facet Wealth, personalized and affordable financial planning for everyday Americans. No wealth or asset minimums. Quality financial advice for every stage of your life.
Let me tell you about the Lumberjack Restaurant in West Branch. Now, if you're fixing for one of those meals where you need to wear a trash bag just to eat it, Lumberjack Restaurant has the answer to your cravings. Try the Lumberjack Burger, double ground mushrooms, onions, cheese, with a big old pile of pot roast and barbecue sauce on top that'll make you go, ew, wait, with each bite. So get your ass up to the Lumberjack Restaurant in West Branch, exit 212, I-75, where hunger goes to die.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-990-6271 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged. Trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-990-6271 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-990-6271 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-990-6271 now. That's 800-990-6271.
Syntec is back and better than ever at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec is a premium at an affordable price. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a Rick's Filter for just $31.99. Plus, earn double oil rewards points. Minimize friction, heat, and wear on your engine with Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil exclusively at Auto Parts. Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Partly cloudy skies and 78 degrees at 11:05 in the morning in North Dakota. Bishop woman received life-threatening injuries following a stabbing incident during a domestic dispute August 13th. Police say 23-year-old Nikki Cortez attacked 25-year-old Desiree Cummings, stabbing her multiple times. Cummings was taken to Covenant Healthcare in Saginaw with life-threatening injuries. Cortez is charged with assault with intent to murder. She's being held in the Saginaw County Jail on a $50,000 bond. Cummings has been transferred to a Grand Rapids hospital. Eliminating potential election fraud is the aim of a package of bills members of the Michigan House have passed and sent to the Michigan Senate. The 3 bills would keep voting machines and electronic poll books from being connected to the internet until votes have been tabulated. Representative Tim Beeson of Bay City says the change will give voters more peace of mind.
People will know then it's not, I guess, I think, I'm not sure. Now we have a situation and we'll have it, hopefully we're passing it today and it passes the Senate and it goes. And that way everybody, both sides, Democrats and Republicans, feel that their votes count.
The Alita Lutz VA Medical Center in Saginaw is beginning a high reliability organization, or HRO, journey. Throughout the last year, staff have been undergoing training to build a strong culture of safety, which will positively impact veterans, their family members, and caregivers. Research has shown HRO experience fewer accidents despite being a high-risk environment where small errors can produce catastrophic results. HRO put procedures and protocols in place to maximize safety and minimize harm. The journey of becoming an HRO is consistent with the National Patient Safety Goals set forth by the Joint Commission, an independent nonprofit organization which accredits and certifies approximately 21,000 healthcare organizations and programs in the U.S. WSGW News Time.
While you're comfortable inside your home or business, the weather takes a toll on your roof. Wind, rain, hail, UV rays, and the heat of the sun cause premature failure of your shingles. Everyone loves to save money. If you have an aging roof, don't spend a lot of money on replacement. Get a Roof Max shingle treatment and get some peace of mind. Get more life for less money, guaranteed with Roof Max, a powerful fusion of science and nature. Call Ben today at 859-6751.
At CDW, we get the people who need to sign here on Always Here.
Tell me about down signatures. I go through pens and shoes like chewing gum.
Sounds like you need Adobe Sign orchestrated by CDW to securely automate e-signatures and workflows across devices from anywhere. Integrating with existing tools, Sign can save your organization time, money, and miles.
Thank goodness I can finally take these shoes off.
No. Back on. IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/Adobe Sign.
WSGW News Time, 11:08. The weather forecast is coming up next. A third shot of the COVID-19 vaccine is now available to those with weakened immune systems, but soon everyone may need a booster shot.
In the coming days, federal health officials recommend COVID-19 booster shots for all Americans. The recommendation would be to get the booster shot 8 months following your second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine.
Now we're concerned because 8 months out, that immune protection might not be as concrete as we thought. Against regular COVID, you're still very much protected. The concern now is the fact that this Delta variant is so much more contagious than that original COVID strain.
That's Dr. Justin Skrinsky, an internal medicine physician at Beaumont Royal Oak. He got the COVID-19 vaccine when it was first available last December.
We're on the front lines. We're the most likely to come into contact, especially with things like the Delta variant. Personally, I would 100% get a third dose of that vaccine if it was offered.
It's the Michigan News Network.
Automaker FCA US has been fined $30 million after admitting it paid off leaders of the UAW to try to win concessions in negotiations covering thousands of factory workers. U.S. District Court Judge Paul Borman also sentenced FCA US Tuesday to 3 years probation and ordered an independent compliance monitor. FCA stands for Fiat Chrysler Automobiles, which is now part of Stellantis. The automaker pleaded guilty in March to conspiracy. Its conviction follows a series of guilty pleas from UAW officials who were showered with more than $3.5 million in value from a jointly run training center over an 8-year period. When you see this happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It is 11:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW Weatherology forecast. We have rain showers in the forecast and a few rumbles of thunder. Partly sunny skies, temperatures warm to the mid-80s, east-northeast winds 5 to 10. Tonight, a slight chance for showers and thunderstorms early. Partly cloudy, 66 for your low. Thursday, sunshine, mid-80s. A slight chance for showers and thunderstorms during the day. Showers and night, clear skies, 65 for your low. Friday, we'll see plenty of sunshine as we warm into the upper 80s. 89 with sunshine for Saturday, just a slight chance for showers. I'm Andy Faluber with the WSGW Weatherology forecast. Currently 77 degrees.
Now, it's It's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
Good morning. Welcome to Focus here on WSGW, where we focus on businesses and nonprofits and other things happening and events in the Great Lakes Bay region. Today, we focus on a returning visit to Westside Decorating Center at State at Weineke in Saginaw. We say good morning to Mike, and we say good morning to Sonia. Mike, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art.
And Sonia, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, so how was golf yesterday, Mike?
It was great. It was great weather, great setup. Sawmill does a great job for us.
Yeah, Westside Decorating was sponsoring our wonderful invitational golf outing yesterday at Sawmill, and we thank you for that. I had a friend of mine call and ask me something about you because he didn't know you did this, and I said, absolutely, so he may be in. He wanted to know about carpet, and the fact is that you're a decorating center, and we think of paint, we think of wallpaper, but you are so much more, aren't you?
We do. We're a full-service design and decorating store. We have 3 interior designers that are great resource for us because our customers come in, they may need help picking paint colors, picking fabrics, picking different sorts of flooring, and we can do that in the store or come out to the house and offer our assistance there as well. So Sonia is one of our interior designers.
So Sonia, what's it like? If I'm looking to maybe put in carpeting, maybe repaint my walls, do a whole myriad of things. You come out to the house. What's your function?
Well, lately we've had quite a few renovations. Obviously, people are staying home more, so we're doing everything from floors to paint and stains and window treatment. So we'll come out and take an assessment and some initial dimensions and provide different options for you that complement the rest of your decor and the functions of your household. So we help you from beginning to end, and we've got great contractors that we work with.
Now, obviously, if I come into the store, you've got all the samples there. If you come to my house, do you bring samples?
Oh, yes. You're welcome to come in anytime. And then if you feel a little overwhelmed because we've got hundreds of wallpaper books, thousands of fabric choices, we will help narrow it down for you. But we bring samples right out to your home and make it very easy.
The other thing we haven't talked about much when we chat with you is window treatments. Let's talk a little bit about the window treatments and what you carry.
We're one of the few places in Saginaw that still does custom, can provide custom toppers, cornice boards, draperies, shears, along with all kinds of blinds and shades. And of course, everybody's been looking into motorization lately. So we've got shades that'll work right into your smart home, and then everything just to the traditional ruler shade or mini blind. So we've got a nice mix.
Am I going to have a house full of remote controls?
No, no, it's not like it used to be. So you can have one remote control for the whole household, or you can operate it all from your phone or your tablet or even your Alexa.
Oh, really? Alexa, lower the blinds, huh? That's modern technology, isn't it?
That's wonderful.
What lines do you carry when it comes to shades and things of that nature and window treatment?
We've got a wide mix. So Hunter Douglas, Graber, Comfort Tech, Norman. We're one of the only dealers in the area that carry and Horizon. So some nice local workrooms as well.
And installation, you handle all that?
We've got our own installers. They do a beautiful job. So all you have to do is make your selections and we can handle the rest.
And Mike, we will talk about paint, I promise, but I'm going to take a break first. So hang on, and we'll be back to talk to Mike Stoddard, the owner of Westside Decorating Center, and Sonia, one of the decorating specialists who come out to your home and give you all kinds of great ideas. We will be back with them right after these notes, and we will also hear
from Terry Henney at the end of the break. But I want to ask you first how you slept last night, because in today's world, we're asked to do more for less. So when you go to bed and theoretically you spend a third of your life there, you need quality sleep. You can get it with a quality mattress from Sanitary Mattress. Now, you can visit all the so-called sleep stores. You can rest assured the mattress you're using is manufactured right here in the Great Lakes Bay region to your specifications. That's right. They make it to your specifications. Your dollars are spent and they stay right here in our local economy. Your time in bed may be cut short by today's demanding world, but don't be fooled. You can still get a quality good night's sleep on a Sanitary Mattress. And they feature 1-hour window delivery of your mattress to your home, something, you don't have to wait around for them all day. By the way, they will also custom make a mattress for your RV or boat to your exact size. Visit the Sanitary Mattress Factory and Showroom serving this area since 1935. Set your GPS to 5343 Janes Road in Saginaw, just east of the Harry Brown Airport. Visit them on the web at sanitarymattress.com or call them at 753-1757. Sanitary Mattress. We'll be back with our guests after these notes and Terry Henney.
There's never been a better time to switch. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
This Labor Day, put an end to junk sleep. Right now at Mattress Firm, save up to $500 on our top-rated brands when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 on Sealy, or save up to 50%. Brands like Sleepy's or Serta. With our highly trained sleep experts and our low price guarantee, you can rest assured you'll get the best bed at the best price. Unjunk your sleep, only at Mattress Firm. Offer valid with qualifying purchase. Restrictions apply. Valid at participating locations only. For offer details, visit mattressfirm.com/sale.
There are many sides to running a business. And with Square, every side can be connected. So how you sell in person syncs with how you sell online. And how you take payments works with how you pay your team. And when all your tools work together, you can spend more time seeing your bigger picture take shape. See how Square can help connect every side of your business by visiting /go/connect. That's square.com/go/connect.
The pandemic's reminded us we live in a sea of airborne germs that can assault us with every breath. Your nose is the body's first line of defense by helping filter out allergens, bacteria, and viruses before they reach your lungs. But like any air filter, the more clogged up it gets, the less it works. So how do you clean your nose? I'm Martin Hoke, and I didn't invent nasal irrigation. The neti pot's been around thousands of years. But I did invent Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to flush out mucus and germs that cause congestion, or worse, can 2 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier without drugs. Navage has over 70,000 online reviews averaging 4.7 stars because it works and it's easy to use. Go to Navage.com or find Navage at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target. Now available with eucalyptus for a spa-like experience. Navage. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Your home for Detroit Tigers baseball is WSGW.
Swinging a little pop fly in the shallow left center. It's going to drop for a base hit and score 2. Robson is in. Candelario is in. 6-4 Tigers. It in.
Tigers baseball brought to you in part by Lingle Equipment Company, your local auto owners agents, including Rummel Agency, Mayan Agency,
and Buck Insurance Agency.
Your home for the Tigers is WSGW. You're in the Stone Specialist Studios. This is 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
This year's Agro Expo is living up to all the expectations so far. They had a terrific crowd here yesterday, and the weather is very nice again today. Crowd is out here. Quality information, demonstrations to benefit going on right now. This year's theme, as we mentioned last hour, is choppers and tillage demonstrations. They've also got a lot of specialized presentations covering many aspects of the agriculture community. It's all out here. We have exhibitors representing innovation in farm equipment, nutrient, seed, chemical, and other areas of agribusiness that help farmers solve any situation that they might have. Hands-on demonstrations, learning capability, it's all here. The FFA, 4-H kids involved, Michigan State University is here as well. Great time to be out. Appreciate agriculture. Again, our location, 5605 Findlay Road. And our broadcast today brought to you by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. More on the Farm Show coming up.
All right, Terry, we'll look forward to it coming up right after the bottom of the hour and the market report from Baird & Company. We're talking to Mike and Sonia from Westside Decorating Center. So, Mike, I promised, what's new in paint?
You know, we just got a brand new stain line in for exterior stains. So this would be for your fence or your deck. It's called Ready Seal, and it comes in about 6 different stock colors and a clear. And they call it a goof-proof stain. So it's one of those products you cannot screw up no matter how hard you try. They say.
That's for me.
Just had a couple jobs. Yeah, we just had a couple jobs done with it, and they turned out beautiful. A beautiful fence and a deck we just had done with this product.
What's the longevity?
Yes. Coatings in Michigan, obviously, weather's hard on them. But on a deck, we recommend recoating your deck every 2 to 3 years, depending on, if you have a shading or any natural protection. Obviously, that makes it last longer. On vertical surfaces like siding or sheds or fences, you're usually seeing between 5 and 7 years on a semi-transparent stain. We have solid stains that would give you more longevity as well.
So when you say recoat a deck, look, I have a wooden porch on the side of my house, and it doesn't have a color stain on it. How do I retreat that? Roller, brush? What do I need to do?
Yeah, so for most stains, brush is the best applicator because it does push the stain into the wood, and of course you're looking for a good, obviously going to last longer. The Ready Seal product that we've got, that can be brushed, rolled, sprayed, pretty much anything. It does not need to be back brushed, which makes application really easy, and you still get a uniform look even with the rolling or spraying the coating on.
I like the word foolproof because I'm a fool when I do it, believe me. Sonia, be quiet. She knows me. Mike knows my least favorite thing in the world is to paint, but I do it when I have to. So I'm always looking for products that make it easier. And I think a lot of people are in that boat, don't they? They want it as easy as possible.
Yeah, as easy as possible. And, we have some fun projects to do here, too. We do have countertop paints that look either like granite or like marble, and those are actually really fun